Hey there, light bearers. Today's discussion, of course, is return of the light, return to your light. And this today's discussion is going to be more about healing. More about healing and how to heal. Okay. Of course, yesterday we spoke about fragmentation, how division weakens the human spirit. Today is about healing. Because once you see fragmentation, the next step is integration. Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 3. Let there be light. Light is what restores order. Light reveals what needs healing. Psalms 139, verse 23 through 24. Sorry about that. Search for me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Healing begins with awareness, not avoidance. I'm going to say that again. Healing begins with awareness, not avoidance. With that awareness, we go to the light. We don't go away from the light. We go to the light. So I love that. Healing begins with awareness, not avoidance. Light work means being honest with yourself. Your power has always been with you. Luke 17, verse 21. The kingdom of God is within you. What you are searching for externally has always existed internally. You got to know that the human being on earth, each and every one of us is special. It's something important and something great. I don't care. I thought about this because I had said, people may not understand this. God is spiritually in us, having a human experience, okay? Um, I don't care if you can't walk, you're born deformed in some sort of way. I don't care if you can't hear, can't see, can't talk. That is still God experiencing himself in different ways on this planet. And that to me is very crucial to us, to our understanding. It's very crucial because, like I said before, God lives within each and every living creature on this planet. And that's the generator, operator, and destroyer. I wonder why some people just spell it GD. Because the whole thing is powerful, generator, operator, destroyer. And it's crucial to knowing that it's not an external God. It's an eternal God and within each and every one of us on this planet. And that says it right there. The kingdom of God and God lives within you. What you are, like I said, what you are searching for externally has always existed internally. Fragmentation makes people search outside themselves. Integration brings them back within. Becoming whole again, the garden state. The garden represents our wholeness before fragmentation. No shame, no division, no fear. Light work restores the state internally. Matthew 6:22, verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Hey there, family. Great to see you. Single is integrated. That means you are combined. You are connected with the Adam and the Eve are together again. It's no Adam saying it's the woman. It's no woman saying, well, I gave you and you ate the apple. Whole and clear. How to actually do light work? Light work happens through honesty within yourself, accountability, releasing blame, calming the nervous system, choosing truth over comfort, observing reaction instead of becoming them. Every time you choose awareness over reaction, you strengthen your light. Fragmentation weakens, integration restores. I said that the wicked rules the world. Not only me, I think there's scriptures that says this as well. Hold on. And by me saying the wicked rules the world, that's in itself it's awareness, it's consciousness, and breaking down the fragmentation that it has been caused due to our adversary's choices or our adversary coming at us and we choosing what we feel is good and it ends up being not so good. Okay. What we see physically today, as far as the wicked ruin the world, physically in the real observable world, we see rapid change and instability, economic pressure on many people, political division and strong disagreements, technology advancing faster than human emotional adaptation, information everywhere, but clarity feels harder to find. People feel uncertain, overwhelmed, distrustful, searching for meaning. This is measurable reality, not imagination. Systems prioritizing survival and efficiency. Institutions, governments, corporations, media are designed primarily to maintain order, maintain stability, maintain economic function. Their primary function is survival of the system itself, not personal spiritual development. This can create tension between human emotion needs and system operational needs. What I'm going to talk about later is the love of money. I want to say now that humans need have their basic needs, and they need those needs met. If those needs are not met, that's why it's if you got it, it's best you take care of yourself and make the right decisions with that, with what you have, because and then also doing the light work is very critical. People are experiencing increased psychological pressure on individuals, anxiety, identity questioning, emotional awakening, desire for deeper meaning. Many people, sorry about that. Many people feel like something is shifting. This is real psychological phenomenon happening globally. I'm going to give you the metaphysical meaning and the inner symbolic reality, because that's our reality. Metaphysically, what you're seeing is a shift in consciousness, not magic, not supernatural forces controlling everything, but human awareness evolving. Metaphysically, chaos represents transition. In metaphysics, chaos appears when old structures no longer match evolving awareness. It's like renovation. Before a house becomes beautiful, the old walls must be torn down. This creates temporary disorder, not because destruction is the goal, but because transformation is happening. Exposure reveals what was previously unconscious. Things that were once hidden become visible, not because they suddenly appeared, but because awareness increased. Psychologically and metaphysically, this is called shadow exposure. The shadow is anything hidden, denied, or unconscious. Exposure allows correction. I'm going to say that again because secrets, they don't, people don't have the understanding that you cannot hide. When you hide things from people, you cut off the ability to seek to get resolved from this horrible situations, and learn from it. Exposure allows correction. how can we strive for better? How can we, you know, for example, we know, some things in the Epstein files have come out. But just knowing these things, we see, like, what's that, school pictures, and we put two and two together, and we say we had a lot of missing children in America, and we allowed our kids to take school pictures. Even when I was a kid, kids were taking pictures, and kids were coming up missing. But did we ever put two and two? We weren't able to put two and two together. A lot has been revealed. Um, but if you hide the truth, how can we learn? How can we will have some sense, we'll gain some discernment, but we need accountability, we need more information, we need a lot more more we need to be able to see clear. We need clarity in this situation, so that we can, so exposure allows for correction. Exposure allows to correct and do better and do something different. When these things get hidden, how can you really get the resolve? That's all I'm saying about that situation. The real metaphysical battle is internal, not external. The deepest metaphysical meaning is the tension you see outside reflects tension inside humanity. The balance between fear and trust, control and freedom, ego and awareness, survival and evolution. Every human carries both. Society reflects the collective internal state. Metaphysically, pressure awakens consciousness. Comfort keeps people asleep. Pressure forces awareness. When people face pressure, they begin asking deeper questions. Who am I? What is real? What matters? This expands consciousness. Nothing happening today is outside natural human evolution. This moment in history is not the end. It is a transition phase. What am I doing? Every major transformation in human history looked like chaos while it was happening, but afterward, it became evolution. The most important metaphysical truth, the real power is not outside you, it is awareness itself. Systems, okay, let me move this up. Systems can influence behavior, but awareness determines perception, choice, and direction. When awareness increases, fear decreases, clarity increases, balance returns. The simplest direct statement of what this all means: physically, human systems are under stress and adapting. Metaphysically, human consciousness is expanding and old unconscious patterns are being exposed, so balance can return. Powerful closing truth. What we see today is not the end of order, it is the exposure of imbalance. Let that sink into you. What we see today is not the end of order, It is the exposure of imbalance. Imbalance. So true balance can emerge. The physical world reflects pressure, but the metaphysical truth is awakening. Nothing false can survive forever or once consciousness sees clearly. Look around, not with your eyes alone, but with the part of you that feels what cannot be named. Because something is shifting. You can feel it in the intentions of voices, in the weight of silence, in the way people walk past each other, carrying invisible storms. We see systems standing tall, yet people bending low. We see noise everywhere, yet truth whispering quietly beneath it all. We see speed, but where are we going? We see connection, but why do so many feel alone? We see power, but why does it feel like so fragile? This, this is the physical world, a stage of structure, pressure, and performance. But beneath it, beneath the flesh, beneath the form, is metaphysical truth. The unseen movement, the awakening, because what you are witnessing is not the rise of darkness, but the exposure of imbalance. And exposure is the first breath of healing. Nothing hidden stays hidden forever. Nothing false stands forever. Nothing built on fear survives the light of awareness. Because awareness is the fire. Not the fire that destroys, but the fire that reveals. The fire that says, I see now. And once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you know, you cannot unknow. And once you awaken, you cannot return to sleep. This world is not breaking, it is shedding. Shedding illusions, shedding old skins, shedding the weight of unconscious existence. And you are not separate from this. You are part of the shift. Every thought you refine, every fear you face, every truth you accept moves the balance of this entire reality. Because the greatest power was never outside of you, it was always the moment you became aware of who you truly are. Not the body, not the role, not the story, but awareness itself. And awareness cannot be controlled, cannot be owned, cannot be silenced. So stand, not in fear of what you see, but in understanding of what it means. Because this is not the end, this is awakening. Okay. Fragmentation weakens, integration restores. You do not need permission to heal. You do not need permission to become whole. The light was never outside of you. It was has always been with you. Light work is simply remembering. Let me see. I don't know why it's not allowing me to put anything in. Excuse me again. Oh, my question's too long for that. Answer. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Let me see. Okay, go back. All right, let me see here. Thank you guys for being here. If anybody has any questions, now it's done. Now, I have a question. What part of yourself are you currently being called to heal? Please feel free to answer that question. I wasn't able to pin it. Um, let's see. So that would be it for today. I may go live again later on. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I'm trying to pop out as many as I can. Um, this is crucial work, important work. Um, I'm going to try to make a live and have it explain in depth, more in depth about the planetary information because we know that we have a lot of distractions and the truth won't ever be told to, like I said, who we are, where we are, and why we are here. Our planet, I talked about yesterday, is we're moving into a higher vibrational neighborhood. The earth is spinning around and going to a place where fragmentation can no longer exist. And we don't want to be fragmented people. We want to be whole so that we can exist in that same place. And that's why we see, that's why there is, you know, people who are coming up with technologies to affect the planet. You see, not only is it affecting the people, fragmenting, keeping people in a fragmented condition, it's also wanting to affect the planet, so the planet will not go to this place where fragmentation can exist. So maybe that's Satan's job, our adversary against us. But the thing about it is, we're well aware. We are well aware of it. So awareness is you know, it's attacking the adversary back. You know. So with that said, always remember true love, real peace, and the higher self within the soul. Till next time, peace.